Well, hi folks, we've got something new to add to the farm. I just got this used Cub Cadet LTX1050 hydrostatic 50-inch cut. It's about a 2012, I believe. Yes, I got rid of the 1810 and the 1811. I just got tired of trying to fix all the electrical issues and the other issues on it. I'm sure it's salvageable for somebody who wants to put the time into it, but I just got to the point where I was just spending too much time and it was nickel and diming me too much. So I sold them both to some guy who's a bit of a mechanic and wanted to restore them, so I don't know if I'll end up with one good one or he'll put the money into parts for two, but he'll get a lot more life out of them. I don't feel bad. I mean, the 1811 that I had for like 7 years had almost 1,500 hours on, and the 1810 that I had for 2 years had close to 1,400 hours. So got my money's worth out of them, and was looking to replace the mower tractor, of course, and found this on Facebook Marketplace. It's a lawn tractor rather than a garden tractor, so I'm stepping down a little bit in durability. As you can see, the rear tires aren't quite as big. This is a belt drive rather than a shaft drive like the other two were. But I think it'll be heavy enough for what I need. I'm not really using the garden tractor capabilities all that much with when I had the other two. I like the ag tires on the 1811, but they weren't necessary. The good thing about this one, excuse me, is it does have a twin Kohler, 22 horsepower. Now the other two I had were 18, of course. So I'm assuming that it will hold up well. It's only got 200 and, what is it, 200 and, I don't know if you can see that or not, probably not until I turn it on, 282 hours on it. So it's not too bad compared to what I had. I can still tow with it, obviously. It's got the pin in the back, the hole for the pin in the back. And I'm actually stepping up deck-wise because I had the 46-inch bagger and a 44-inch discharge deck on the other two, and now I'm up to 50. So that should actually make my mowing go quicker. Another different, well, as you can see, it still has the external oil filter, so it's easy to get at. It's actually easier because the 1810 and 1811, you had to take the side panels off. Here, everything kind of flips up and you can get at everything just with one lift of the hood. So that's an improved design. Let me see, what else can I tell you about it. There's a few accessories on here, like this little, I guess that's for tools. I don't know, you can put whatever you want in there. Also has this little cup holder thing, not that I would use it that much. It is a manual lift deck like the 1810, but the big difference is I've got the foot throttle and forward and reverse at the feet rather than on the gear shift with the hydrostatic. So I have used them before with with a foot throttle, and it takes some getting used to, but especially when you're old like me and you grew up with old farm tractors, that you controlled that with with the lever on the dash too. But this should turn out to be good once I get used to it. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just like driving, more like driving the car. I don't know what else I can tell you about it. The guy that I got it from, he and a friend are in this kind of part-time business where they get trade-ins at dealers. His friend is a mechanic who goes over them, checks them out, changes the oil, sharpens the blades, touches up anything, and then they split up what they get in. He sells some and his buddy sells some. Price was pretty good on it, so that's what I went for. And I figured this guy isn't selling lemons because he's in this to make a decent living. He told me he sold 100 last year and 27 so far this year, so that's not bad. And I have been watching him move several online on Facebook Marketplace before I got this one, so I knew it wasn't just one person trying to unload a piece of junk, He had some Husqvarnas that I like, some other Cubs, but I just wasn't in a financial position to make a move on those, so they, of course, didn't last. When this one came available, I called him right away on it and went out and looked at it earlier in the week. Later this week, my friend who has basically a snowmobile trailer, ATV trailer, he and I went and got it and brought it home. 50-inch deck just fit on this trailer. I had about 3/4 of an inch of room on either side, so it was a tight fit, but we got it home. So I will start it up. I'll take it for a spin mowing with it. I haven't really used it yet. Hadn't gotten a chance, but the grass is finally big enough to start, so we'll let you ride along for the first test run here. I mean, I drove it a little bit in his driveway, but not as much as I probably would have if I was going to get it from a dealer. So we'll give it a try, and you can go along for the ride and see what you think. Thanks for watching. Well, a couple things I forgot to mention I was going to let you know before I take off here. For one thing, it doesn't have a separate choke lever to pull out like the old one did. What I was told is you push the throttle here all the way up, and that's where the choke is, up at the top, if you need the choke to start it. So that's a little different for me, but we'll figure that out. Another thing is, with the brake, instead of having the locking clip there when it's on, it pushes on, and then you have a release up here, a brake release up here. So again, that's a little different, but we'll manage that. But the most unique thing, and I have to figure out how this works, here on the, sorry about that, here on the deck, you see that little nozzle there. And there's one on this side too. I don't think there's one underneath. Maybe there is, but no, I don't think so. This is, it says it's a Smart Jet deck wash system. Now, since I didn't get an owner's manual with this, I have no clue how to use this. It looks like you just put your garden hose on there and you can wash the underside of the deck off after you finish mowing. So I'll play with that, figure it out, and let you know how it goes. Maybe some of you who have one of these can tell me. I've never seen this before on, on a mower deck, but that'd be great. That saves you time of crawling underneath and trying to scrape out the, you know, the dried on grasses and stuff, and it also should keep the deck healthier, that it wouldn't rust as quick. So I don't know, we'll give it a try and see, but I noticed that when I was looking at it, and I forgot to ask the guy about it, but it wouldn't have mattered either way to me. I wouldn't have bought it or not bought it because it's on there. So we'll see, but I wanted to show you that. All right, we'll soon get fired up. Well, it purrs nicely even at full throttle. Let's fire up the PTO. About 8 in height. Here we go. Well, it's cutting grass. To get used to this bigger deck. It won't take me as long to do my mowing. Pushing it hard yet. I want to get the feel for it. go. It didn't take very long to do that yard at all. Now, one of the things that this thing has on it that is also new to me, originally the Cubs had a shutoff that if you got off the seat, the tractor would turn off, which this one does. Actually, the whole tractor turns off. My 1810 and 1811, the safety feature was if you got off the seat when the mower blades were spinning, they would shut off. This one also has the safety feature that if you try to mow in reverse, it turns off the PTO. But there is a way to override that. Normally when you start it, you're bringing the key here. But if you do that and then you go into reverse, it'll turn off the PTO. But there is a way to override. You click to this center position here, and then you push this little button, and when you do that, that light goes on. Oops, I'm sorry. This light goes on. See, if I push that, I guess it can stay on it, but let me go do this. Let's see. Yeah, see the light goes out. So if I click back to here, and then I push here, then the light goes on. Then now I can mow in reverse. If I get to the end of a row or something, need to back up, I don't need to re-engage the PTO. That's a good feature. So, but it is for safety, so that people pay attention when they're backing up. They don't drive over anybody or mow over the dog or what have you. So at any rate, I'm going to mow some more with this, see how I like it. So far so good. And I want to share this with you, the new piece of equipment here on the farm. Country living on a shoestring, you gotta love it. Please like and subscribe and join us. Thank you for watching.